these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me.
Boom! Can you guys hear me well? Let me know in the comments if you can hear me well. We're gonna start in a minute.
For these days, I just call, I just raise every.
Boom. All right. How's everyone doing in here? How's everyone doing in here? If you hear me, welcome to the daily kitchen startup, the Startup Kitchen Show. If you're watching this right now, say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're located. I'm always curious to know where you guys are watching this from. And we are gonna get started. We're gonna get started. Let me just prepare one thing or two over here, and we'll see what we can do with this. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Let me just do that. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Is this working here? All right. It's not the one that I wanted to use. Damn it. That's not the one. Okay. Quickly fixing a couple of things. We're gonna get started in about a minute or two. I'm just fixing something on my screen here. There you go. Delete. Let me just add a new source. Display capture. Add. I was expecting this one, but I think it's this one. Yes, sir. That's the one we are looking for. I'm just gonna switch this and this here. Bing, bang, bang. There we go. We live, baby. We are live, baby. There you go. I'll just stretch this one a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Cool. If you're watching this, let me know. Drop your startup questions. Drop your SaaS questions. This is a free consultation for you guys. So use it, abuse it, and we are going to get started. Boom, boom, boom. So let me have a look at that. Don't hesitate. You can reach out to me, drop your questions or tag me on X on your questions so I can have a look at that. You can see my X handle here. If you're watching from YouTube, just type me your questions in here, and we're gonna have a look at that. People are joining in. Hello, hello, Jason. Boom, boom, boom. I'm doing great, man. Great. Let's have a look at a couple of stuff in here. Let's get started. Bum bum. Let me check. I think I had a little bit of a roast to do today. Yes, I have this roast to do today. And then we'll answer a couple of questions, a couple of startup questions and stuff like that. Um, boom, drop your questions in the chat. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me know how's the sound and video quality. I'm trying a new setup. I want to make sure it's all good. So let me know that in the comments down below, and we are gonna get started. All right, excellent. Love that, love that, love that. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just do one more share here to make sure people get the stuff. Post this. It's basically a free live consultation for your startup. Boom, let's go. Let's just send that to my circle. Wait, there you go. Boom, let me post it here. And let's go. Let us go. So we're gonna have a look at this little baby here. Just remove this. We're gonna roast this this SaaS product. Let me just send a message to the person who asked me to roast it. I'm roasting it now live. Boom. I'm gonna send him the video content because we live on YouTube as well. We're live on YouTube as well. There we go. 1 second. Copy the link. Get shareable link. There we go. Boom. Love it. Excellent. Alrighty. Let's go. If you guys, we also have a couple of folks watching from TikTok. We're trying TikTok today, so guys, let me know in TikTok watching this. If you have any questions, startup questions, let's get going. Join from your post. What post? What post? How did you find me? Really curious to know. Okay. Really curious to know. And so we are gonna do some really cool roasting today, but you guys are extremely lucky because I'm not gonna do the roasting now because I have a world class. You know what? Let me just switch my glasses, because when you have a guest like that, you cannot just go with the regular glasses. You need the fancy black glasses. You see, when you have a guest like that, you need to make things right. So today, guys, we are teaming up again. This is Friday, and I have the pleasure. What am I saying? I have the honor to have the Ronin teaming up with me. Mr. Ronin Sensei, give me a thumb up whenever I can bring you up. All right. He said, let's go. He said, let's go. Boom. Boom, kada boom.
Well, good to see you, Riley. Happy Friday, man. Thank you for that intro. Yeah.
Happy Friday. Glad to have you here. Do you want to plug all your social media? Okay, it's all plugged in. We rolling, re-rolling. Love this. Okay, guys, so this sorry. Oh, sorry, the echo of the video. This is gonna be a 10x live session because we have Justin today, so we'll be able to talk about really cool things. Let me just put it like that. I love this. Last time was a total improv and people loved it. And like you said, hey, if people like it, just do it again. Just do more of it.
Yeah, for sure, Riley. I really enjoyed that. I think you're going live every day. I'm trying to go live once a week to start with.
Yeah.
But are you going live every day?
So I'm going live every day except because that's my day of workshops. But yeah, I'm trying to go live every single day. But do you know who gave me the inspiration to do that?
Who's that?
That's you, man, with your daily spaces. I
I love it. I love it, man. Yeah.
I was like, how this if this guy can pull it, I want to do the same. I want to do the same. I was extremely inspired by. I'm extremely inspired because you've never stopped doing your um, daily spaces, and I think you're commuting to work when you're doing this, right?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I'm pulling off to the side of the road, to be safe, of course. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm, en route either at the gym working out, or I'm en route to my clients,
Yeah.
or I'm at my home office. So I'm getting a little echo on your end. I don't know
Ooh.
if it's coming through.
Okay. Let me
Maybe
see
we can
if I can clear this right now. Mic mode. If I turn on the voice isolation, is it better?
testing 1 2. No, I still hear me coming through on your computer. I think it's somewhere like, yeah, I don't know.
Let me just bring the beast. Let me just bring the beast then.
Okay.
Um
And while you're doing that, Riley, yeah, I want to, really acknowledge you because, yeah, like throughout this journey, you know, so there's visibility plus credibility equals profitability, and I see like there's a lot of people that have credibility, right? They have credibility, but they're just not visible enough, right? And even Alex Hermosi says it like, people don't know about you, right? People don't know you exist. And that's why part of building your products and services as a startup founder is you want to build community and you want to build that audience before you launch, right? Before, because then you already have an audience, a captured audience that you have trust with,
mm,
right? Then it's much easier to get traction. And we want to do as much as we can up front to make sure we set ourselves up for success, right? We want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for success. Um, and even when I work with potential clients, like one of the things I do is I do an assessment, an audit to make sure that I can deliver on the outcome that I've promised, right? This is really important. So um, when you do work for clients, you want to make sure, hey, what's the likelihood here that this is going to be successful? And if it checks all my boxes, right? They have a converting offer, they have a selling product or service that's already been validated. They already have an existing email list that I can leverage, right? Does it meet your checklist and your criteria? This is really important, right? This is really important. I can't stress this enough. Before you work with clients, before you take them on as engagements, and deliver your products and services to them, you want to make sure that they check all the boxes and meet that criteria that you have, because then you have a higher likelihood of succeeding. Okay. And people, they like to rush into it right away, like, oh, okay, you need Facebook ads. Okay. And we're order takers, but that's not the right way to do it. That's not the right way to do it. If you become just an order taker, that's going to get you into hot water, because you need to become that trusted advisor, that authority. And based on your track record, based on, everything that you've been delivering in the marketplace, then you can say, yes, this checks all my boxes. There's a higher likelihood that this client engagement is going to be successful. Here's why.
mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, it's all testing, right? You just have to be okay with key learnings. And there's no failures. There's only lessons learned and winning, right? There's no failures. There's no, you don't lose, you only learn. And that's the mindset you got to have. So once you have the mindset, then it's execution intelligence from there, right? Execution intelligence. And I think where people get caught up with AI too is they think they can just press a button and it's like, oh, I'm just going to press this button and my whole business is going to be automated and money's going to start coming in, right? Sounds very attractive. But the reality is it doesn't work like that. That's the reality, right? We would all love that push button to success, fast track, money hitting my bank account. But it doesn't exist. You have to build the architecture, the infrastructure. There's a lot to be said of things that need to be clicking and working. And it's very timely here because we're at the end of we're in a new month now, right? So I mentioned on today's space, you need to take inventory and get clarity on where you're at now, and be brutally honest with yourself, and have a truthful conversation with yourself and or your clients, right? Where are we at? Are we where we need to be? No. Okay, great. So what was working? And then you take inventory of those things that are working. Okay, this is working, this is working, this is working. Viewership is up, my email list is growing. These are some foundational things. Revenue, it's not where we need it to be. So are you retaining customers, and are you acquiring customers? And if you're not retaining customers, then you need to focus on fixing that first before you can add more customers. So these are really just some fundamental things to think about as we head into May. We're May 1st now, so we only got 2 more months in Q2, and then we're halfway through the year already. So yeah, but back over to you, Riley. I'm good to be. I got till 9:30, so I appreciate these weekly check-ins here and doing these lives with you in the Startup Kitchen show with Riley. And yeah, you're an absolute legend, man. And yeah, back over to you, man. And I'm drinking some coffee now right here. So always be on brand, okay, guys? Okay, always be on brand. You got to live your brand, guys. Okay, you got to live your brand. Very important. Riley's brand colors are the orange. I always see him with his beanie on. And if I see a video or a photo of him without a beanie, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? He's not on brand. There's something happening here, right? Did he get, maybe he's in a suit. Maybe he's getting interviewed, right? It's like you have to adapt to the environment. So, but yeah, you got to live your brand, guys, because no one else is going to live it for you. And no one else is going to be more obsessed with your own success than yourself. And that's been, I've been an entrepreneur for on and off for over 25 years. So yeah, it's been a great journey, and happy to be on the journey here with Riley and all of you guys for tuning in. And please ask your questions. Please repost the space, repost the live, and ask your questions. For Riley and myself, you got any sales, marketing related questions, please drop them. We're here to answer them for the next, I'm here for the next 21 minutes. And yeah, back over to you, Riley.
I love it. This was the perfect opener, the perfect introduction. I'm gonna drop into a little bit of a monologue so you can enjoy your coffee. We have you for the next at least 20 minutes, so I want to make sure we prioritize any questions around marketing and branding, because we have you here. We have your expertise. This is a live masterclass. We're putting it out there. So appreciate. Thank you so much. And guys and girls watching this, please start typing in your keyboard. Say hello. Say thank you to Justin. And as Justin was saying, share the space or comment, tweet about it. We're doing this to share you the knowledge and experience. So make sure this is only possible if you interact with us. If you really want to get maximum value, maximum outcome, explain us your situation, so we don't give you generic advice. We give you something that is actionable for your business and for you specifically. That being said, I want to quickly rebound to one thing that you said earlier with you always need to be on brand. I don't know if you can say it. There's this guy who wrote this book, Alan Weiss. So this one is a value-based fees. He wrote a bunch of cool books, but this guy's a legend in the consulting, in the high-ticket consulting sphere. And he has this sentence, I think he calls it an Alanism. He says, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. I'm going to say it again. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And so think about it. Like, try to sort of engineer it. What do you want people to say about you and your business when you're not here? Write it down and then try to see what you can put in place so that you can make this happen. What do you think about this, Justin?
Yeah, it's really powerful. I haven't read that book, but it sounds like a good one. I love high ticket, high ticket anything. I really like. So yeah, so I want to rewind the clock for a second to like 2008, 2009 era when social media was just starting to become a thing, right? Facebook.
Wait. This is about to go really hot. I need to switch my glasses. Okay, let's go.
I love it. He's got the branded glasses. I love it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2008, 2009, social media was just becoming a thing. And, I transitioned out of IT into digital marketing. And I realized that, wow, a lot of businesses need help with social media. And I was a business guy, a technical guy. And so helping educate them and then actually developing social media campaigns for companies, that was my specialty back in 2008, 2009, 2010. But one of the things that people realize very quickly about their presence on social media is there's conversations already going on. And if you're a big brand, for example, I remember one of the big brands that got early on the social media train on Twitter back in the day was Comcast. Comcast, and they just started becoming part of the conversation, right? Because you can't really. The only thing you can do is you can participate in the conversation. You can try to control the narrative around your brand, but ultimately you're becoming part of the conversation. Now I'm starting kind of big level and then we're going to hone it into individual, but it's important for everyone to understand that these big brands, they were like, oh my gosh, we don't control the narrative, right? We don't control the conversations, right? This is scary. This is uncharted territories. Because before, what would they do? Put out a press release, here's the narrative we want, here's our latest products and services, here's what's going on with their company. And then, social media hit, and then people could talk. People could share their own personal experiences with the brand. Now, that can be a good thing, or it can be an area for improvement, right? It can be an area for improvement. So very quickly, people started realizing that, wow, okay, we don't control the narrative anymore. We have to become part of the conversation, and we have to fix areas that we need to fix. These are big companies, multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar companies. They realize this very quickly. And so fast forward to where we are now, the still same thing applies now. It's just gotten more noisy. It's gotten more fragmented, these conversations. And so, but these fundamentals don't change. So knowing that ultimately your personal brand has become the ultimate funnel now, right? If you look at all the top companies, the founders have larger followings than the actual company brands. Okay, that's just the reality. You can look up anyone and it applies. So with this, school of thought, what are you doing to shape the narrative around your personal brand? And how are you contributing to the conversation around your expertise, your thought leadership, and ultimately your products and services? Now, in the past, what you really needed, what was happening was people would gatekeep all this content, right? They'd give you a taste, and then it's like, hey, join my community to get the rest. Right now, the thing has flipped. Right, you just have to give massive value up front for years, and hopefully it doesn't take you years to bring in revenue. Hopefully it takes you just months, but you deliver massive value, and then people are saying, you know what, man, I got to sign up with Riley. He's really helping a lot of people. I see the track record. I see the social proof. I gotta work with Riley because I'm struggling. I don't want it to take 2 years. I want it to take 2 months. And so that's what people are all about now. They're all about getting the result or the outcome is in as short as time as possible. And this is why they work with a coach like Riley, or they work with a marketing and sales coach like myself, because they don't want to go through the pain and suffering, the pain, the suffering, the sacrificing of going at it by yourself. You can do that. You can do that. All the information is out there. But this is why people decide, you know what, I better learn from somebody who's done it, who's actually lived it. And they're going to be able to compress time, because we're all going to make $1 million in our life. The question is, do you want to do it in 30 years, or do you want to do it in 3 or less? That's the main question. So, and your personal brand is everything now. And I made the biggest mistake, and this is why I'm such a big proponent of building my personal brand, and I've tripled down on this, is because I put it on hold for many years while I worked in corporate and I ran my agency, made others millions of dollars, but my own personal brand and my personal email list suffered for 15 years. So I vowed to never let that happen again after like my 5th layoff, or 4th or 5th layoff. I don't remember. But after my 4th or 5th layoff, I was like, you know what? I got to go all in on my personal brand. I got to go all into my personal email list building. And X Spaces was the thing that really helped give me that voice out there. But it didn't matter, because I had to build authority with new people. They didn't care about my track record. They didn't care about that I generated $100 million in my career, trackable revenue for employers and clients. They didn't care about that. They cared about who I was being in that moment and what I was adding to their life, and being and the value that I was creating right then and there. So it took years to close that gap. And then after 2 years, then people started, signing up for my program, signing up for my membership, becoming clients, etc. So it takes time, right? You can't fast track this. You can't fast track trust. You can do certain things that accelerate trust, but you can't really fast track it, because ultimately people are going to pull out their credit card, as Riley likes to say, and pay you when they're ready, right? They decide, yes, this is valuable. Riley's giving massive value, and he's undervalued for the expertise that he has. And that's why people invest with him, because they want that outcome. So yeah, no, personal brand is everything. And at the center of everything, guys, so I have this, and I'll share the marketing masterclass that I did with Christelle. It's like a 20-minute, it's a mini MBA masterclass on digital marketing. It's everything you need to know. And it still applies today, even though it was like a year or 2 ago. But I'll share it with everyone in the chat. And one of the things, think of the internet as a pizza. And there's different slices to the pizza that you have to tackle to make it a holistic, comprehensive, systemized solution for your marketing engine. But the center of everything is your brand and data. So in the middle is brand and data, and then everything else around it is social media, SEO, blogging, website, event marketing, live social video, all these other components, all these other strategies and tactics. But in the middle, at the center, is always brand and data. Brand and data are everything. And the biggest metaphor I can share about, or analogy about the difference between brand and marketing, is brand is how you make people feel, and marketing is what you do, what people are doing, right? So brand is, you look at a brand, you look at a Nike logo, or you look at, Riley's logo, or the Revenue Ronin. People have association of feelings around that brand, right? What is the feeling they get? That's brand. Marketing is the tactics and the strategy to support and build all the things that are built around, that brand, to bring people in, to attract them. And you want to magnetize and monetize, right? You want brands that magnetize and that ultimately monetize. And yeah, that's what it's all about.
I love it. Magnetize and monetize. I love this. I always like to say, for me, brand and branding is emotions made visible, right? So you try to craft something people can see, and when they see it, they feel something. It triggers them certain kinds of emotions. Cool. I love it. I love it. I want to rebound to a question because I see like too many of you guys are shy that you don't want to jump in and ask your questions. So I'm gonna drop one for you, and it was a comment I received this morning on Reddit, and it was a guy who was telling me. Let me find it again. He was stuck at zero revenue with his SaaS, and I said my first answer was, hey, get some help. Like, get yourself a mentor, get yourself a coach, get someone who's going to help you. It doesn't have to be me. I don't care, but get some help because clearly he has been stuck for 2 years. 2 years. You know what? I can actually show you the thread, so people are gonna just see that. Boom. Here's the thread. So this guy like wrote 2 years and still at zero MRR. What actually worked for you? And so I said, if you stuck, just get a coach, get someone to help you. And the guy was like, his natural answer is, why would I go to a coach? What is a coach gonna bring to me that Chat GPT cannot do, basically? And I was like, interesting. I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, but there's a mindset error in there. And so he was asking me, and then I said, get some help. It doesn't have to be me, but get some help. And he said, but why is a coach or a mentor or a person's going to bring me that Chat GPT cannot already do? And then I thought about it for a second. I thought, why is he thinking like this? And so I want to have your opinion, your perspective on these kind of things. What is it that you cannot get from AI today that you need to get from someone who has been in the trenches and bled through it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yeah, you really need, and we've talked about it on previous spaces, but you really need that conventional wisdom or that, agency knowledge and expertise of being able to look at the output of what the AI tells you, based on your current situation, and then have the know-with-all to say, you know what, this is good advice, or you know what, this needs refinement based on my current situation. Because look, everyone's situation is different, but at the same time, there's conventional wisdom, the fundamentals that people need to nail first, no matter what, right? So what are those fundamentals? Well, again, personal brand building, email list building, booking calls, pre-selling, generating interest lists for your products and services, validating that you actually have uh, a validated product and or service. These are like foundational, fundamental things. And real quickly, a coach will be able to look at your situation and the output, and then say, oh yeah, this is good. Here's what I would change. Here's what I would enhance. Here's how I would refine it. But you really need that extra conventional wisdom and what I call execution intelligence, right? You need execution intelligence. If you've worked with enough companies like I've worked with over 1,000 companies, at least 1,000 companies over my career, in corporate, my IT business, my marketing business. I mean, it's over 1,000, I can tell you. So you learn from every single one of those experiences, and you find out what works, what doesn't, very quickly, and then you just keep building on those things. So for this person's particular instance, I would say, what conversations is he having first? Usually, if you want more revenue, the simple answer is have more conversations. That's a simple. I mean, I'm all about sales and marketing simplified, right? I want to make things as simple as usable, and complicated is very interesting. So you want to make sure you're keeping things as simple as possible. Riley does it all the time when he's doing his roasts. He's like, look, this isn't simple enough, right? You got to keep it very simple for people, because the more simpler things are, the more traction you'll get. And we like to, as technical people, I'm guilty of this myself. As technical people, we really like to overanalyze, overthink, complicate it, and it's like, no, really, when you're launching, when you're getting validation, you need to keep it as simple as possible. One ICP, one ideal client profile, one offer, and one delivery, and just really focus on that and lean into that. And then you'll see the patterns from there, pattern recognition and correlations, especially in the data, because we typically measure two things in marketing that are most important, is behavior and interest. Behavior and interest. If you're not measuring behavior and interest, then you're flying blind, right? You're flying blind. And how you really see if things are working is ultimately, is revenue coming in or not? And what are you doing to generate that revenue? Maybe you're getting, and I've seen, unfortunately, this happen a lot, is people get 8 million views and they get 0 revenue. I've seen it happen more than not.
Can I chime in on that?
Yes.
I have one of my friends who I just insulted him for about 2 years because he was not pushing out content. He has a crazy expertise. And one day he just started pushing content, and he reaches out to me. He said, "Man, you can't believe what happened to me. Like, I just made a reel on Instagram, and it did 100K impressions. 100K impressions." I was like, "Man, congrats." And he said, "Well, wait, you don't know what's the best part of it." I was like, "What's the best part of it?" He said, "I can't believe it. It took me 5 minutes to make this reel." And I was like, "Yeah, why are you surprised about that?" He's like, I thought like to get that many impressions, you'd have to, pull out the Hollywood level of content creation, edition, and stuff like that." He said, "No, I just filmed myself, selfie style, set up a bunch of stuff. People loved it, watched it, shared it, and stuff like that." He said, "I can't believe I could reach out to that many people by just doing something in 5 minutes."
Yeah, that's, and I always say this too, and then I got to run here, but look, you're one phone call away, you're one email away, you're one reel away, you're one DM away, you're one live away, you're one podcast away, you're one live event away from your life potentially changing. And I truly believe that. And so, when you get those high ticket clients, when you get those transformations for your clients, they'll want to work with you more, right? They'll recognize, yeah, Riley really helped me out. He inspired me. This is the result that I'm getting now. And round and around we go, right? You just keep that momentum going. Momentum, or what I like to call Big Mo for short, is everything in business. And what's working today may not work in the future. And here's a prime example, a quick story. So I've personally run over 1,000 ad campaigns, by the way, too. Me personally. Like, I've literally run over 1,000 ad campaigns, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. I mean, you name it. I've run it personally. And so, but there was one time when I was working at a biotech startup, and I helped generate over 30,000 leads, and mostly through webinars, email marketing, and Facebook ads. And I was really proud that I was able to create a direct connection between Facebook and Salesforce. And so all those leads that came in to natively the Facebook lead form would automatically go and sync to Salesforce. I was really proud of that because that took me a while to get. And this is before AI. Okay. So I was really proud of that. And I was so proud of that I decided, you know what? I'm going to go get Salesforce certified as a Pardot specialist. I might as well. I've been living in this environment for over a year. I helped transition out of Zoho CRM to Salesforce. and I had to keep marketing operations running in conjunction. So not only I was managing 2 CRMs at one time, and that's not easy. That's not easy when you're working for a startup that has like Series B funding. So the point is things were working really well on the Facebook ads. My cost per lead was really, I think it was like $4 or $5 per lead. It was really good.
That is
It was
good.
really, really solid. And then all of a sudden, the algorithm changes, right? And they're limiting with the iOS privacy stuff. And all of a sudden, my cost per lead jumps up, my results go down. And then it's like, oh no, I got to redo the whole campaign now. So because of privacy changes, the iOS update, right? So the point is when you have momentum going, like you triple down on what's working because you never know when it's going to stop. You never know. And it happens more frequently than not. So you see on X people saying like, oh, this is my MRR and this is my ARR, and that's great. But those things can change very quickly. Prime example too, in my marketing agency in the past, I was making 20, 25K a month, small team. This is back in 2010 and then or 2009, 2010. And then I lost 3 clients like within a 1 quarter like that. And then I had to go get a job and work in corporate because that was always my last case scenario. My worst case scenario is, oh, I got to go find a job. That was my worst case scenario. So when I lost 3 clients because one client got acquired, the other client, my point of contact, left, and then the other one, like they went out of business or something. So all of a sudden making 20, 25K a month to 0. So I go get a job in corporate and then I just work my way up all the way up to CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. Right. So I started at the bottom as a specialist, and then I worked all my way up. And yeah, but before I transitioned into, this is a quick story here. I know we're going a little extra, but this is so good. So quick story on how I transitioned from IT consulting to digital marketing. So back in 2008, 2009, I remember I have the video too, where I'm in my office. I got to find it in the archives. Like literally I'm in the office, in my Carlsbad office, and I'm literally staying up till probably 3, 4 in the morning, 20 days a month. Okay. 20 days a month. I'm staying up till 3, 4 in the morning. I'm listening to every single webinar I can about digital marketing. I'm downloading every single ebook. I'm reading all the top blogs of Neil Patel and all these thought leaders on digital marketing. And I am just obsessing for 3 months. And I literally got a PhD in digital marketing in 3 months. I literally got a PhD in digital marketing in 3 months because I was staying up till 3, 4 in the morning for 20 days a month.
Wow.
And then after those 90 days, I went back to my top IT clients that had websites that weren't doing anything for them. And I asked a simple question. You have this website. How's it working for you? Are you generating any leads? Are you generating any revenue? And you know what they all told me?
I don't know.
It's not working, Justin. It's not working.
This is a really advanced answer. Most of people don't even know. They can't tell you the return on investment on anything they're doing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, look, give me 90 days and let me show you. Give me 90 days and let me show you what I can do in 90 days. And all 5 of those IT clients became my first marketing digital agency clients, and I pivoted and I got out of the IT game, and yeah, the rest is history. So I've been doing digital marketing literally from 2008, 2009, and social media was my way in. Like social media was what got me. If you look at digital marketing, like what's the best thing, my superpower, it's social media, right? Social media has been the game changer for me. And I worked with T. Harv Eker, Peak Potentials Training. I helped him grow his personal brand, and fill rooms through social media, and many others. But I was always the behind the scenes guy. I was always behind the scenes. It wasn't until the last 2.5 years that I came from behind the scenes where I'm like, you know what? It's my turn now. It's my turn. And it's your guys' turn right now. And if you're not taking action, if you're not building your personal brand, building your email list, and it's the ultimate sales funnel now. And just accept the fact that you are in sales. Everyone is in sales. everyone is in sales. And if you don't like the word sales, just reframe it. Because I have some people that are like, I can't get over the word sales, Justin. I was like, okay, well, just you're serving. You're not selling.
It's the same as.
You're
Yeah,
serving. Right. So some people need that mental, they're blocked, right? I can't sell.
I'm in
Yes, you
serving.
can serve, right? You're serving people. Yes, I love to serve people. I come from I have a big heart. I love to serve people. Okay, great. Then use the word serving.
Yeah.
But passion, I'll leave you guys with this. This is my final word here. Then I got to run. Passion doesn't pay the bills, but sales does. Okay, passion does not pay the bills, but sales does. And don't get played, get paid.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this little mini masterclass on branding, on validation, and it was a pleasure hanging out with you, Riley. I'm loving the glasses, bro. Yes, sir, man. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man.
I'll make sure you get a pair in San Diego so you can pop them sometimes. Justin, two really short questions before you leave. Number
Mhm.
one, where can we find you? How can we work with you? And then second question, what are the 4 things that we need to remember at the end of our lives?
Okay. Yeah, great question. So how people can work with me is they check out the revenueronin.com. And we have a paid Ronin community for fellow entrepreneurs that are on the journey that really want more access to me. They want accountability and they want premium content. And, literally within 90 days, like we're seeing massive results from some of our members. Christelle, she's one of our members. She'll probably do like 20K a month soon if she's not already there. Um, and yeah, some of our other members, Dan, he just got like a big order, a bulk order from his website, which is great. And yeah, it's all about leveling up. We're all leveling up together. But join the Revenue Ronin community, guys. The prices are going to go up this summer because of supply and demand of my time. And I charge $600 an hour, so $30 a month is nothing. It's a small investment in yourself. And yeah, become a Ronin today. The mission is very clear: 1,000 Ronins. I want 1,000 Ronins all focused on sales and marketing mastery. You can check out the Buy Me Coffee link there and sign up and see what that's all about. And then the last thing I'll say is, at the end of our lives, we're asking ourselves 4 simple questions. Did I live?
Wait. I need to make sure we are full screen when you say that. I want people's attention. There you go.
You
Go
can
ahead.
clip this part. Clip this.
Yes.
All right, guys. At the end of our lives, we'll ask ourselves 4 simple questions. Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? And did I make a difference? Until next time, keep making a difference. Build that mind, build that body, build that business, build that bank account, but most importantly, build that legacy. So stay healthy, stay hungry, and stay humble. We'll see you at the top. If you want to keep growing, check out the Revenue Running community and make it a productive, but most importantly, profitable day. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Riley. Much love, guys.
Boom. See you on the next one, Justin. Thanks for having us on this Friday. Guys who are watching Justin on his live stream, you can switch to mine. Don't hesitate. We'll catch up from here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. We're going to finish with a little bit of a Q&A and then have a look at a startup / landing page that we are going to roast. Let me pull this up. Bim, bada, boom, bada, bim. There we go. Let me just open it here. Let's go. All right. Let's just bring a little bit of that Q&A. Doop. Okay, so let's do a little bit of answering your questions if you guys have any. Otherwise, we'll dive into the roasting. Where is that stuff? Let me ask. There you go.
Question that I've been saving, and the answer comes on time. Peace, step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever
Boom.
you're my one.
Okay, so I gave you a little bit of time to drop your questions, and we are going to start with a roast. Clip that, please. Clip this. Let me put it this way. There we go. Chick, boom, boom. All right. Do I have my right glasses? Yes, I have the roasting glasses. I love this. Okay, so let's have a look at this landing page that was sent to me and see what we can do from there. All right. So, first thing to notice is my attention is a little bit spread on all the elements of the page because there are like there's different faces and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit aware. I'm watching a little bit of everywhere here. It's not necessarily a good thing because you want to get people's attention in the right place. Oh, wait. We have a really cool news. Last time we met, I was generating, wait, let me just put it here. Last time we met, it was generating 200 decks. Now it's 2,000 a day. This is a win, guys. Clip this, please clip me this. Oh, I love it. I'm so happy for you, man. Let me know. Send me a little DMs. I would love to know more about this. If you ever want to jump on stage with me, go or have to share a little bit your story, a really cool app that you're building, reach out to me. I would love to have this conversation. I think we have a call booked soon though. I need to double check this, but I love this. This is the reason why I'm doing these sessions every day with you guys and sharing my expertise. Super happy for you. Boom. Let's get back to the roasting. Let's go. So I was saying, let's get back to it. Boop, reclip that. So attention is spread a little bit everywhere because like I see the multiple faces and things like that. But then ultimately, I'm having a look at this. Modern day Picasso for AI native e-commerce brand. I have no idea what it means. Modern day Picasso for AI native e-com brands. This is very confusing. So you dropped a lot of very strong keywords, and I have a hard time sort of connecting them into this main idea. So modern day Picasso, I'm not even sure I understand what it means. Because Picasso it's quite modern already. So he's not a painter from like 3 centuries ago. So it's a bit awkward to say that. For AI native e-com brand, I think it's way too high level. And I'm thinking, who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I need a modern day Picasso for my AI native e-com brand. And I'm not sure people would think this way. So you really need to dumb it down so that people who are running e-commerce brand, I'm not saying they're dumb, okay? Just don't get me wrong. But when someone lands on your website, in 3 to 7 seconds, they need to understand and they need proof for why they should stay longer. If you can't give that in 3 to 7 seconds, you've lost them. And I think I could spend like 20 minutes reading this sentence. I would still not get it. So let's scroll a little bit. Create, manage, and run useful agentic skills for your creative operations. So same thing. Here I see agentic skills. E-com brand are not engineers or tech people. They probably not fully familiar what agentic skills are, and probably not aware of how skills or agentic skills could connect to creative operations. So this sentence, number one, is a feature and not an outcome. And B, it's already too high level technically to get people to really understand. What you want to give people at this stage is clear outcome, like clear value. What happens when you have a useful agentic skill in your business? What is the positive result, the result that you can measure? And this is definitely not clear on this one. Okay, so right now I just had a look at your landing page. I don't really know what you're doing. I don't really know how you can help me. What I know is like it's some weird AI agentic stuff, but you've lost probably most of the people on this one. Okay, let's say I'm super patient. I'm just gonna have a look at how it works. Okay, is it right under it? Okay, cool. Let's have a look at how it works. Stage any product into any scene with complete freedom and endless customization. So number one, please remove those images in the middle of the sentence. I know it's part of your branding and your artistic direction, but it's not helping me read the stuff. Just put one, but like in the middle of the sentence, it's a bit hard. So stage any product into any scene with complete freedom and endless customization. This is still too complicated. Stage a product, I'm not even sure what it means, into any scene. What do you mean by a scene? Are we talking like a photo shoot kind of thing? I'm not even sure. So again, not clear. I have a little bit of an issue with that gray text. It's not there's not enough contrast with the black or really dark background, so it's hard to read. Right now you can see I'm zooming a lot, but if I were to read it at the normal size, I'd probably get a hard time doing it. So yes, that's not clear. And then you have turn them into breathtaking visuals that don't look AI. Okay, that I can understand. That is a clear value proposition I can understand. Now my skills, I don't get it. Workflow style visual skill builder to create. See, like you're talking about you talking AI automation shit. Like marketing agencies don't have that lingo. That's not how they talk. Or maybe very few of them. Every skill renders into a reusable app. Same thing. Like I'm pretty sure they don't know what a skill is and how they can leverage that. So just losing them. Let's just get back up. Do we have any demo or something like that? So I'm curious, are those images made with your thing? If it's the case, I would probably show those images and say, hey, those photos were fully generated from my smartphone and used in campaigns that generated X amount of money. Because then it would speak. And you can do the same with your marketing agency in just a couple of minutes by using our solution. Boom, that's it. You nailed it. The best part of it, save up to on every generation. How many images would you like to generate? That thing is not moving. Yeah, you cannot move it. Okay, price plan. Okay, so your solution looks extremely good, but the price doesn't align properly with that. So probably a little bit of work to do here. Please, guys, I always tell this, to double check the copy of your website. Remove those end dashes. It yells, it screams, this is AI generated. And honestly, most people think when they see AI generated content that it's just slop and it reduces the value of it. So take 30 seconds, parse the text, remove the dashes, or manually change the copy, but don't leave it like that. Don't leave it like that. Your brand deserves a better visual. Start for free. Okay, cool. So that's what I would say. And that's what I would say for this specifically. Try to fix this, but I'm gonna add a little bit of something for everyone watching here, because I'm roasting a lot of landing pages, and we see this a lot of the time, and people then ask me, okay, but how am I supposed to improve the copy? I don't know what to put in there. I don't know what to write. How do you say you have to be clearer, but we don't understand what you mean by it has to be clear and blah blah blah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a quick masterclass on how you can nail the wording of your website. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch gears and share something else on the screen. Let me check this. Boom, boom, boom. 30 seconds.
When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time. Peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line. Got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor. Leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor. Speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's close.
Boom. All right. So today's session, let's try to answer the question. And guys, let me know if you hear me well in the chat, if the visual is good and stuff like that. I'm just gonna quickly pay attention to that. But the one thing that I hear a lot is, okay, but how can I improve my copy? Okay. Or the typical other question around this is how I simplify, make it simple, make it clear, and make sure it gets people's attention. It gets people's attention, right? Especially if I'm a tech. Sorry, I'm a tech. All right. So for tech people, this is going to be even more valuable for y'all. But it absolutely work for anyone else. So if you want to improve your messaging, your marketing, your copy, you want to make it clear, and you want to get people's attention, there you go. What you need to do is what I call collect verbatims. Verbatim. What is a verbatim? It's words or sentences that your lead or customers are saying. So it's not you, it's them. That's how they talk. That's how they describe themselves. That's how they describe their problems. And you need to capture this. So imagine it as stand-up comedians. Stand-up comedians impersonating people, right? Impersonating people, right? You see, they listen and they try to sound the same, right? Because the hypothesis is if you find a Pokemon, right? If you find a Pokemon and you study it and you see how it moves, what it eats, where it goes, how it sounds, you think, okay, if I sort of replicate the way it sounds, I may be able to attract other ones, right? Typically, if you go bird hunting, for example, if you go bird hunting, you'll see that they'll typically have those kind of whistles that mimics the sound of an animal, of a bird, right? And so they blow the whistle, and then the birds that have the same sound will hear it, and they will think, "Oh, there's one of us over there, so we'll just come," right? It's exactly the same thing with people. What you want to know is you want to understand how they sound, so you can use it to find more people like them, right? And you're going to use that to impersonate your ideal customer, your ICP, ideal client profile, or your avatar. And then your thought process, okay, if I sound like my customer, if I use my customer's wording, expressions, sentences, and I put it in my content, I put it in my landing page, people who talk like this will recognize themselves, right? And that's the power of the verbatims, verbatims, or what we call the Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone, right? It's like your table for translating what you say into your customer's language. And now the question is, okay, you'll say, okay, verbatim, okay, we get it. Now the question is, okay, but how do we get that verbatim? How do we get the verbatim? If you were here at the beginning of this live when we were talking with Justin, he dropped the magic word. He said, more conversations. Conversations. So, what you want to do to capture your avatar or your ideal client's language, sentences, way of talking, you need to talk with this person. And so, what you want to do is 15 to 30-minute calls, live conversations. So, what I mean by that is we're not talking about DMs, we're not talking about emails, we're talking about live conversations. Conversations. The reason why you want to have live conversations with these people is because with a DM, there's going to be like a thought process. They're going to think about what they're going to tell you. They're probably going to use like AI to proofread, spell check, and it's like maybe rewrite the answer. And there's also going to be a lot of latency. So you send the first message, and there's going to be like 2-3 minutes, days, weeks before you get the answer back, etc. What you want to do is really get their attention for 15 to 30 minutes. And every time they tell you something, you want to be able to rebound onto that. You want to dig even more into this. So they said, oh, it's painful for me. It's painful for me, right? Are you going to say painful? Okay, tell me more about it. Tell me more about it. When was the last time this happened to you? How did you feel? Like, can you describe me the pain? And then when you say something like, "Okay, can you describe me the pain last time it happened?" They're gonna use words that you're probably not gonna think of and probably don't use naturally when you communicate. And so these words, those verbatims, are gold, and you can then use that a bit like a Jedi kind of thing. It's like use this force against them. I mean, it's more for them because we're trying to help them here. But the reason, and this is only possible if you have live conversations, because with an email, you're going to have the latency. They're probably going to think and format and sort of clean the way they talk, and it's not going to be their natural way of talking and natural way of thinking. And what we want to capture is their natural way of talking and natural way of thinking. And the only way to get it, the best way to get it, is to get it live with these conversations. So, how to get verbatims? Take 15 calls with your avatar. Make sure it's 15 to 30-minute long minimum. And then make sure you use like a transcript tool or record the call so you can extract exactly those words. And then you just put that into a folder, right? You put that in folder with all the 15 conversations. And then you can either process that manually or give it to AI and ask it to sort of identify the patterns and verbatims. Boom. There you go. And when you have that, see which one you can use for your marketing, for your communication, and things like that. But this is the way to quickly clarify your value proposition, to simplify your messaging, because you're going to copy your customers' words, hoping that other customers talk like that. And so they recognize themselves. That is the classic, that is the best way to get it done. And like I said, it's 10 to 15-minute conversation. So you can kill this in 2 or 3 days if you do it well. And one of my clients made 15K in, what was it, 2 months because of this. We spent probably 30 days doing interviews, collecting verbatims, and once we had that, we switched that into communication, content, and marketing. And because we leveraged the right words from the right people, it resonated with people, and they were like, wow, this guy gets me. I need to talk to him. And boom, that's it. So that's how you can clarify your messaging, how you can sort of make sure people get the value proposition out of what you say without having to think in your head and leveraging your avatar's word and impersonating the avatar. So how can I improve my copy, or how can I simplify my copy? How can I clarify my copy, or how can I make content that speaks to my ideal customer? It's by running through this exercise of collecting verbatims. And to collect verbatims, you want to have about 15 conversations, live conversations. Can be a video call or a phone call, but it has to be something live so you can interact with the person and then get to know the person, get to know how they talk, what is it that their desires, what is it that they're frustrated with, and then save those words and expressions and sentences that they use to describe that. And the last thing, this is the bonus. This is the bonus for y'all that stayed until here. One question that kills it, and this is if you have active users. If you have active users, ask them, how would you you describe my product or service to a friend? It could be friend, it could be family, it could be colleague, put whatever you want here. So ask them, hey, you've been using our tool, you've been using our product, you've been using our service for 1, 2, 3 weeks, months, blah, blah, blah. I'm curious, how would you describe it to a colleague or a friend? Or you can also say, what is it that you like best? What is it that you like best? What you like best, etc. And so the great thing about this is that your clients, your active users, they're gonna give you the pitch. They're gonna give you the way they see and the way they see the product and how they would sort of explain to someone else, and then compare the answer here with what you put in your landing page and your marketing material. But this is gold. With this, you're making your customer work for you, and you transform them into those mini agent ambassadors, because they'll be able to describe how they feel, how they think about that. And then you can try their exact sentences or maybe tweak it a little bit and pass it into your content and communication material. This is the little bonus here for improving your copy, your marketing, your communication. That's it for this session. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna stay live for a couple of more minutes just to answer some of those questions. But if you like this kind of content, you guys can find me on YouTube, X, LinkedIn. I'm broadcasting live every single day, 11:30 EST. And if you need help, if you want me to do this exercise with you, we sit together, we go and talk to your customer together, and we try to extract those verbatims. Have a look at what I call the SaaS and Startup Kitchen. It's a community that I have built. And last year I helped 7 founders generate $1.3 million of revenue. And we did exactly this. We did exactly this in the kitchen. And for those who are watching this, I have this very, very big discount. You can join the first tier of the community for $1 per month. So you can join the community and ask me all your questions, and I will answer those questions live, either during those lives or when I'm with the kitchen. So have a look at the SaaS and Startup Kitchen. And if you have any other questions, reach out to me. You have my social media. You can send me your questions. You can send me your roast. You can send me your landing pages, and we'll have a look at that during this little moment. Boom. That's it. I'm Riley, the amazing advisor, and you just watched the Daily Startup Kitchen Show. See you on the next one. The next live is tomorrow. It's going to be a longer live, Saturday, 11:30 New York time, EST. Drop your pitch, drop your startups, drop your questions, and see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Hey, by the way, boom.